once again is on. Welcome back to another great episode of Two Cigars and a Blunt. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
This is Happy Halloween, Pharaoh King.
Happy Halloween, Pimpula right up in here. You know what I'm saying? I got something to do. Now I'm gonna get these women to give it to me.
Man, you actually look like you somewhere where you are pimping something.
Yeah, at your house.
I ain't mad at you, man. Hey, I was looking for my car. I got some too. I couldn't find out where they at, but it is what it is. I was going to dress up too, Tim Dog. But ladies and gentlemen, this is your first time ever checking us out. This is how we always start our podcast off. We always got to ask the brothers how was their day. So Count Pimpula, how many hoes? Good day, my brother.
Man, I just got finished changing my costume because I was scaring some kids out there. Had on a gas mask, had on a nice wig. You couldn't see where I put a bunch of towels inside of some sweatshirts so it looked like I'm a dummy or something. Then they come up and get the candy and I go, "What are y'all doing?" Scared a whole bunch of kids. And then right before the show, I'm change my costume. I'm in the garage. I hear him coming up to the candy bowl, so I bang on the garage door. Here's some kids running down the street. I asked the neighbors, did they run? All of them. I'm like, yeah. I love this neighborhood. That's what I do.
We had when I was stationed in Fort Knox, Kentucky, we had a guy. He had a dummy, like he had the decoration out there. He had a dummy laying out there all week long. So the kids walking by, they see the dummy, But then the night of Halloween, he was actually in there. But you're not psyched up, So you seen a fake, you seen the dummy, you know it's a dummy. But on the night of Halloween, he dressed up, man, just like the dummy. When the kids came by, he was scaring the shit out of him, just like you, Tim Dog.
It was so funny. I even had adults going, I thought that was a prop.
Yeah. See, you about to get punched in the face, so you better be careful, motherfucker. Punch the fuck out of you.
Right.
No, they ain't punching me because I was behind the table. They punching me. They getting kicked in their face.
Oh, I got you. I got to hear that you, man.
You're a violent camp people, boy.
You can't skip it. Got to keep them in line. Keep them in line.
My main man, Pharaoh King, man. How was your day, my brother?
Oh, man. So took my day off on the furlough day. went to VA. Got some good news. My cholesterol is in good shape. Blood pressure, everything is good. So I'm happy on that note. So and then, other than us not getting the paycheck from all the hard work we're doing, can't really complain.
But they getting paid. Ain't that some shit?
Well, hey, you know what? The VA's getting paid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
maybe that's why we getting paid from the VA.
When they were trying to stop, when Doug Collins, dumbass, was trying to stop all of our claims from going through, he was like, "No, they're getting paid. So why would you stop them from doing the claims? The lawyers from doing the claims?
Yeah,
they get their paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm glad to hear that, Pharaoh, man, that your cholesterol is down. My cholesterol, they had me on a little cholesterol medicine as well. But when I went back for my checkup, they say that's good. I just got to get my my diabetes under control. As long as I'm under, I think if I can get under 5, I'd be pretty good. That I can get off this medication.
Listen, man, that's important because if you're diabetic too long, you start losing nerve endings. You don't want to do that shit.
Yeah. Oh, trust me.
Getting ridiculous.
Because you lose nerve endings, some libido stuff don't be working.
Yeah. I got you, man. But like I said, I'm working on it. I'm getting there. Libido's still good right now, so I'm working on it. But as for me, man, my day went well, man. They're going to flex schedule on us, so now we only working 4 days a week until this is over with. So I'm off this Monday. Some people had off today, and then yesterday when we went to work, we had a meeting and. Come to find out, I guess the soldiers got together and they chipped in. Nobody knew, and they chipped in and they bought all the civilians like care packages. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. So I was going to lift it up and take it to the car. Man, that shit heavy as hell. Had to get a goddamn had to get a dolly to take it out. But when talking to my brother Wiley today, he said, the soldiers got together and they want to do something for the civilians, and they did that. And like you say, Farrah, man, that was a good thing that they did, man. So I'm glad that they did that. Looking out for the people
that recognized, when you think it's not happening.
Yeah.
It happened for me at work. Remember I was telling you I was having an issue with a couple people.
Yeah.
And turned out when we did our annual, the biannual appraisal thing, whatever, midpoint.
Yeah.
There was nothing I had to worry about. So
there you go.
It makes the day better. Plus, like I said, a new position. So
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, today we just gonna freestyle today. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Halloween, especially growing up when we grew up, like my man Tim Dog, he all dressed up. I'm gonna stop first. We didn't have costumes like this when I grew up.
Hell no.
You had that plastic mask that we got from the grocery store. That plastic mask.
Man,
who some comedian I was watching, he was talking about that plastic mask with the eyes were way
Hulk.
up here, the mouth was here, and then you have to try to breathe through that little damn hole. Man, I'm gonna kill you goddamn stuff. That Ricky Smiley, that movie was talking about trick or treat.
Hey man, I'm running around with a Batman on. How a black kid running around a Batman mask, can't breathe, sweating like a motherfucker.
Like a motherfucker, man. And then we always knew who house to hit first, though. Now, like for me, Mr. Charlie obviously set his bowl out, and so nobody ring his doorbell. So if you get there first, greedy motherfucking kids just pour all of it there. That's motherfucker, that's your ass. So we always know who house to hit. Tim Dog, you and B-Mo, man, how did y'all do trick or treating, man? I mean, was it like it is like in the South? I know I had a lot of fun going out with my partners.
No.
How did y'all do it, man? Did y'all do
in our hood, man, we had fun. I mean, because there's nothing but a whole bunch of kids on one block and then another block over, and everybody know everybody. So we all hang out together and, with each other, because there's always some idiots out there who trying to start something. But when you're in a group, we stick together. But
yeah. What about you, Farrell?
I was a military brat, so I always had good Halloweens, man.
On post,
I had good Halloween, except for I remember in Florida at Tyndall Air Force Base was the first time that I really got scared because of some shit Tim was talking about. The guy had the guy was out there, had his medic I think it was Jason. He was like a Jason, or no, he was a mummy. He had a mummy thing out there.
Okay.
And the night of Halloween, when I reached in the little thing to get the candy, he moved. I dropped everything that I owned, my mask, and I was halfway home before I heard my mom say, "Come back." So, because you're running so fast, all you hear is the air. You don't hear nothing else. The wind blowing by your ears, man. So
that's so funny, Pharaoh. That reminds me of my mom telling me a story the first time I ever went trick or treating, and she had some costume on me. And the first house we go to, the first ad on the costume, I got scared and I would not go anywhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah,
my night was over after that.
I was done. I had what I needed. All of 10 minutes.
My mom was mad because I didn't get any candy for her.
Y'all see what Joe saying?
Well, here's the thing, though, too.
Hey, you see what Joe said, though? Look, that plastic costume lasted all of 10 minutes.
Before
the next year, you just had to put on the mask.
Yeah, you recycle that bag.
So with that being said, my mom had a knack for always wanting to make my costumes. So my stormtrooper costume just really didn't look like a stormtrooper. It looked like so I had a stormtrooper mask, but my stormtrooper outfit was just some black markers that looked like the outfit. It a white. It was just white. She had sewn my arms and stuff. Hey, I love my mom, man, but yeah, she tried her best. She sold me a stormtrooper suit. Hey, that was it.
Yeah, but hey,
a couple years I went as a ghost.
Yeah, just throw a cheat on yourself. Ricky Smiley Ricky Smiley made a joke talking about kids are not creative like they used to be.
Oh no.
He said that some kid came up to him and he had a sheet and a Bible talking about he was the Holy Ghost. That shit's funny, Pharaoh. That's funny. That's funny to me. I don't give a damn, Pharaoh. You don't have That's funny. So he was the Holy Ghost. Oh shit. But yeah, man, but trick or treating was fun. You know, in our neighborhood where I live at, man, there's not a lot of small kids. So we don't get like Farrah in your neighborhood. I know y'all got a bunch of small kids over there that probably go around trick or treating.
Yeah, this place is at it right now.
Yeah, like over here, man, it's more. I guess I'm the senior citizen side of the area because nobody comes around here. But you know, like I said earlier, we always knew who to go to first. Like I said, Mr. Charlie, as he always put out, if you get there first, you get all the goddamn candy in his bowl. But then you know you got those people that had those big candy bars. Oh, you always want to hit them. Yeah, you got to get them big candy bars.
Especially
And
the good ones.
and then your parents, I don't know about y'all, but your parents, I need to check all your candy, make sure you ain't got no razor blades in there. Because you remember back in the day, people would give you apples.
So that remember, I don't know, Chuck, you're older than me. I do know in Florida at one time people were putting razor blades in the apples, in the oranges.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, apples and oranges.
So they was giving out fruit.
Yeah,
or they was taking needles and putting in the candy.
Yeah. And I never understood that though. I never understood that. Man. That's
just some mean people, man. There's some mean people out there because, like you said, you don't know where. Like you can, unless you're in a small place. I know when I was in Florida, it wasn't that many places that we can go, to the houses because the neighborhood was so stretched out. You know, on the black side of the railroad tracks, you could go anywhere. But being on the Air Force Base, you didn't really have to worry about that type of mischief going on because everybody wanted to have a good time. So
but that was like in the early 80s.
I would say late 70s, early 80s. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. You know, did you ever hide your candy from your kids? And then you hide it so good, you find it the next year when you clean it up. You like, oh shit, because you know kids get a lot of candy. Y'all never did that.
No,
I took the candy to work.
No, what we did, we rationed it out to the boys. That's what we did. Because if you don't, they won't eat it. I mean, kids won't eat it all up at one time. So no, we didn't take
with that being said,
every now and then you go, oh, that wasn't one of them. Yeah.
So what candy did you not want to eat?
Oh, that candy corn. Everybody said that candy corn. It's the candy corn, man.
I hated black licorice.
Oh yeah, black licorice is nasty as hell. Oh my god, I don't even know why they eat. Some
people
eat it. Yeah.
Licorice, any black licorice. I hated
red. I hate them all because all licorice tastes like candle wax. Don't ask me how I know how candle wax tastes.
I hated almond joys and mounds. I did not. I don't like anything with coconut.
No. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almond joy got nuts. Mounds don't.
And I don't eat none of them.
Still remember the commercial?
I go to some shit.
Oh, I hate those peanuts too. That candy peanut.
Hey,
what, peanut chew?
Is it a chew?
Yeah, peanut chew. That's a hard caramel with the peanuts.
No. It was a
Mary Jane,
like a peanut.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah,
it was soft.
Always the leftovers. Hey, damn, Joe.
Candy corn and Tootsie Rolls.
Candy corn and Tootsie Rolls always with leftovers in my bag. I like Tootsie Rolls, but hey, Pharaoh, y'all talk about I'm going back to the almond joy. See, I'm like an almond joy right now. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm too old. I can't do what I used to do. Hey, you get
that
what you get.
Almond joy. That's just a broke ass nigga. Almond joy. Yeah, you cocoa, all right. Cocoa nut.
Don't ever refer yourself as a Mounds or almond joy ever again. Okay?
Never.
Ever.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Not never.
Mounds don't. Almond joy got real thick chocolate, coconut, and coconut too. Ooh, Mounds got real chocolate and coconut.
Yeah, you still do the whole goddamn song too, man. I tell you, man.
Y'all listen to too much TV when y'all was coming up, boy.
Hell yeah,
I done told y'all, man. I had shit up to do, so I had to do nothing but watch TV, man. Watch TV all goddamn day and enjoy myself. But like they say though. With trick or treating and everything like that, it was just all about having goddamn fun. Oh shit!
Whoa!
Oh,
What's happening?
here we go.
First of
Talk
all,
about a ghost.
The
Talk
man,
about a
the
ghost.
myth,
Oh, talking about a fucking ghost. Oh,
ghost.
this
Oh, shit,
this
talking about a
the
resurrection.
this the ghost of Halloween past coming in.
Man,
You're
we're
right.
calling him Jesus. He's
no,
resurrected.
no. This is the ghost of I still got a job. Hell no. Make sure you get it right. This is the ghost. I still got a job.
Damn right, man. Damn
There
right.
you go, man. Look,
I
Andy picking up
love-
with some weight. Look at his face.
I
Look at
fucking-
back.
Hey,
I
what'd you
love
say?
having
Hey,
money.
what'd you say? Hey, Tim, hey, Count Pippin, what'd you say? You can't hide money.
And I love having it.
I know one
truly,
person
truly
ain't
do.
on furlough.
got that glow.
Bro. Look, and
Hey,
I'm gonna
but-
keep that shit.
Man, we ain't
Hey,
chopping
but
up
I
in a
like,
while. What's going on with you?
I like the freaking butterscotch. Butterscotch. I love some butterscotch.
That I like them, but that's going to be like the last shit in the bottom.
Man, that's old people candy. That's old people
Nah,
candy.
fuck that butterscotch is
reach
the best.
in my purse,
Thank you,
son.
man.
I got some
Thank
candy
you
for
for
you.
standing up
Get
with me on
that
that one.
Me and my
butterscotch.
wife
I
get
like
in this
some
argument all the
butterscotch,
time. Butterscotch and Werther's Original is my shit.
Hey, ain't
Especially-
nothing wrong with
and-
burgers.
and,
Oh, hey, there, boy.
The one like the butterscotch that was the hot link, or I mean the hot one, the red one.
Oh, not what was it called? Not Red Hots, but
It's like a red hot, but it was
Yeah,
like
I-
the butterscotch
that
candy.
is the
yeah, I know
jelly
the one
bean,
you're talking about.
Mhm.
I don't remember.
Jelly
I don't
bean?
remember its exact name, but yeah, those were pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
They were cinnamon candies of
Yeah,
some
cinnamon.
sort.
It was
Oh,
cinnamon.
yeah,
Yeah, these was good,
like
man.
fireballs.
So, Matt, because we don't talk a little bit, because basically just freestyling.
Cinnamon
Okay.
dip.
Yeah, freestyling tonight. We just talked about Halloween and how we grew up, man. So how was it with you in New Orleans, man? Well, you I already know y'all must you could play in the goddamn cemetery. I don't know
Damn
if I
right.
can ask you.
Damn right, man.
Y'all
Look,
gonna play in the goddamn
I-
cemetery.
I was
Y'all
listening right
talking about
before.
that,
I was listening right before I got on with you all. Y'all grew up in some broke ass neighborhoods. My neighborhood was mainly white, so you know every house was lit up. We all got full size candy bars and shit. And my neighbors next to us who were the first white people to welcome my family into the neighborhood, they were the best to us because we'd get half our bag filled just next door alone, and then it'd be
Thank God
just
for Hurricane Katrina.
it'd be the rest of us, you know, it'd be
All
us
that shit.
roaming around the neighborhood. I'd say honestly, when I was younger, Halloween was maybe like the 20 blocks surrounding our house. So we walked all damn night, back and forth all night, getting all kind of shit. Now it's not that many young kids in our neighborhood, so you know it's not what it used to be. It's mostly dogs and shit now. So you know, which I've complained about before, of course. But
mostly dogs.
Mostly dogs in this neighborhood. Now it's not many children in this neighborhood at all. Like if you drive, like I said, if you drove up and down the block when I was a teenager, I mean, you'd see it'd be lines of kids. I'd say at least 100 kids per block walking around.
Yeah.
Now you might be lucky if you see 2 kids an hour.
Yeah. And I was saying that earlier.
That's what I was
in
saying
my
about the
neighborhood, we
airport
don't have
base.
no kids in my neighborhood either.
No,
It's
the
like
airport base we had.
empty.
It was like I would go back and empty and go back out. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't even come inside until damn near 10:30.
Man, that's how it was.
The candy gets heavy after a while. I had to empty my shit, man.
Yeah, military posts. Yeah, them people, they give out some good shit.
Yeah, but now they do that trunk or treat, man. That's not
funny.
treat to
Fuck
me.
that.
That's kind of
You know what the sad fact of it is that it's gone that way because people are worried about safety.
Yeah.
And you know, back in the day, we didn't have to worry about shit because it was always a bunch of us. Like we never traveled with less than 6 to 7 kids.
Oh yeah,
See, that's what I was
I
saying.
mean,
We traveled in a pack.
We were a
nobody
pack
can
of
with
kids.
us.
So nobody had to. You're right. Nobody had to worry about. Oh shoot, is somebody gonna get us? Nah, nigga, we gonna get you.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what?
You right about that.
Man, what I've noticed, the reason why I don't really give out candy now, the parents don't teach the kids respect. These some rude ass children today. They looking like they just put the bag out. We ain't got no trick or treat, no nothing. It's
right. They barely have costumes.
Yeah. And then the teenagers.
We had no costumes, man. All I had was a mask. Shit. Back in the day, shit.
Man. Look, let me tell you something. let me tell you, the lowest price costume I had once I was old enough, I paid like $30 for this full glow in the dark skull mask because we had a costume shop right around the corner from the house.
That's
And
nice.
I had been scoping this mask all summer and working all summer. And the owner, it was like $60 because like I said, it was latex, it was professional. It actually fit molded to your face if you did it right.
Yeah.
And he sold it to me for $30, like 4 days before Halloween, because he knew us from the neighborhood. So I got that mask. I had a giant cloak that I put on. Man, and like I said, this motherfucker, if a little bit of light touched it, it glowed for almost 20, 30 minutes. So I was freaking everybody out. Everybody was afraid of me walking around. And like I said, for me, that was
like
normal because because
like
Halloween for me was my holiday. That was my favorite.
See, there you go. That's me. I'm out here scaring these kids in the neighborhood. Oh
Right.
my
Damn the treats. I was always, once I got older, I became about the tricks for me. And I'm not just talking about the women. It was all kind. I was into all kind of shit back then.
Oh yeah, you just slid that right in there.
I know.
Shit. Yeah, like I said, we used to do Halloween parties as well, man. I mean, I was telling Tim Dog, I was telling the brothers earlier, man, I was trying to find my costume, you know. Of course, you know, I did the Batman thing. I mean, you know, Kim Bella was Batwoman. And I also did I also got a Green Lantern one.
But how
I
did
did
that woman? Y'all have any pictures of that?
Yeah. I got some pictures of that. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna see if I can find. I'm gonna
that's the one with Glenn.
That's why I ain't looking down. Fuck you, man. Shit,
hey, that's the one with Glenn thing. We had to do that Glenn
What
thing.
he said,
he was so tall, his ankle was out.
He had Captain America. He was Captain America that year. He was Captain America. And you know, he wanted to work too. He said, man, I paid my money for this shit. I'm gonna get my money worth at it.
Man, I'll be honest. I haven't been to a good Halloween party and shit. It's been at least 15, 16 years.
Oh!
We used to have them all the time. Just to get everybody together, have a good damn time.
What you looking at that, Pharaoh?
He looking at baseball game, probably.
Stupid ass. That's why you get in front of the ball when it's a ground ball. You don't try to scoop it and run.
Yeah.
You scoop that ball. You gotta trap that bitch.
But let me ask y'all this: was there one house in your neighborhood you like, don't go in that house? That's the scary house.
Oh hell yeah, the cat lady.
What's up with the cat lady?
Man, she lived in this old ass house and had cats. I mean, 20, 30 cats all up on her porch and stuff. I mean,
that's just a movie.
Hey, that was the haunted house of the block.
In my neighborhood, the haunted house was this house around. It's still upright from my house. It's about a block and a half away. No, 2 blocks, but it looks like a castle. I mean, it quite literally looks like a castle. But it was always the fun house to go to because the owner was this old white man, and everybody just thought he was mean because he rarely ever came outside. He rarely ever came outside because he was always sick. So they go knock on his door and yell trick or treat, and he'd come out, and they'd freak the hell out because, like I said, throughout the year you'd hardly see the man.
Yeah.
But he was a real sweet guy. He really was, and he's one of the ones who gave out some really good treats. But everybody was afraid of the house because, like I said, it looked like a castle, and it was surrounded by brush and trees and shit. So you could barely see it, especially the side of the house. You could barely see anything. So
I think every house in New Orleans is haunted.
I mean, not every house, but you know, the majority. But I mean, hell, the house I live in was haunted up until a few years after Katrina. So you know, this wasn't shit for us. I mean, hell, we haunted my ass living this one.
What you say about the house? You say that the front doors in the back. What the fuck you say, man? I was like, what the fuck?
No, they call them shotguns.
Yeah, what the hell? You say that shit? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is a shotgun?
Still don't know
what
the shotgun house is, man. That was like 2 months ago at this point.
I know, but that shit. Yeah, that's a haunted house.
That's because in South Carolina they got hut houses.
Here we go.
I mean, goddamn. But no, like I said, the house we stay in, the house I live in now, which is the house I grew up in for the majority of my life, it was known to be haunted anyway. So, like I said, traveling around other houses, and people say, "Oh, that house is haunted." I'm like, "Fuck you! I live with this."
I lived in a haunted house, and
you being a military brat. Was there a house when you was in Florida? Was there a house around your neighborhood or whatever house that motherfucker like, man, don't go to that house. That's the haunted house.
Yeah, not no military housing.
No, but I'm talking about when you was in Florida, y'all didn't have a house like that around your neighborhood. Because, like I say, in the military, all of them look like shit.
No.
But
There's no neighborhoods in the country. You walking down dirt roads. You didn't do that because you didn't want nothing to get your ass. So, and then we live by two cemeteries, and unfortunately, like Mad Professor, we didn't go into them and party. So
no, me either. No.
And there's a cemetery across from these people in town, but they were black. It was a black cemetery, so we didn't really care about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a white cemetery that we didn't go into.
Yeah. And speaking of not going into, I know you say that you lived in a white neighborhood. I never went trick or treating in our neighborhood that predominantly white. We stayed in a certain area. You know, because I know if I cross the street, I mean, I'm not going that way. Even though I probably could have, but why is that? Why? I guess when I was younger, why wouldn't I, I guess because we didn't have but a handful of white kids in my school.
And that's what I'm about to say.
I didn't need to go over to that side of the tracks.
Being in South Carolina, I mean, in Louisiana, segregation was slightly different from from what it was like in South Carolina. Like, I mean, yes, there were black and white counters and all of this other bullshit, but Louisiana for a long time didn't really participate in that shit, especially after the slave rebellion. During slavery, there was a huge slave rebellion here in Louisiana, and after that, a lot of the racism. I mean, that I'm not going to act like racism didn't exist here, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is like you probably experienced in South Carolina. Like, I've only been called a nigga one time by a white person in my life, and this motherfucker was homeless, so I didn't take his ass seriously. So hold
up! Don't fast forward by that bitch.
You said that before, though. Man, I
don't remember, but you had a
homeless guy. I told y'all that story about me and my cousins was in the French Quarter, and this homeless person decided to call us a nigga, and I said, "Well, I got a roof, nigga. What you got?" And so, like I said, I didn't take it seriously. That's the first and only time I've been called nigga to my face in my entire life.
Go ahead with your story. That's just funny.
But like I said, since everybody was a mix, especially in the neighborhood that I'm in, nobody was actually like, "Oh, don't go over there because them people gonna get you." We was more afraid of the black people across the fucking tracks where we live, because that's the area we kind of stayed away from, because the Holly Grove area when I was growing up was dangerous. So we stayed from over on that side. We didn't go. Even the black kids that I live with over here stayed away from the black kids on the other side, because them niggas was crazy.
Yeah. And I'm glad y'all say that, man. We still on the trick or treat thing, the Halloween thing. But talk about crazy. Tim Dog, your goddamn city's crazy as a motherfucker.
Yeah, what's your reason to stop me? You ain't even got no reason to stopping them, bro. Hey, yo, walk off, Trey. You hit the alley, yo. Go ahead, Trey. Walk off, yo. He beating. He ain't even got no reason to stop me. Hey, yo, what the f***? You gonna hit him with the car? Yo, what the f***, bro? Yo, hell no, yo. Hey, yo. Come back this way, yo. Yo, beating, bro. Boss his dumb ass. Dummy. Dumb. You dumb as You dumb as You crashing it all that. You really crashing out, bro. Go ahead, dumb. Really crashing out, bro. You crashed his car and all that, bro. Don't really try to hit my mind, bro. What the f***? Don't really try to hit, bro, with the car and all that. Oh, hell no.
I know we be talking about the police. This motherfucker tried to run the motherfucker over with his goddamn car. What's up with B-More, man? Y'all goddamn cars are off the goddamn chain. Tim Dog, defend your people.
I can't defend that, because that's fucking shit you see all the time. I mean,
And what part of Baltimore is that? Is that
no? That's West Baltimore right there. That's West.
Okay.
It's part of West Baltimore. So,
oh my goodness.
But I mean, that's how it is sometimes in Baltimore. I mean, back in the day, it was even worse than that. It was the city jail was ran by the prisoners, where you got prisoners impregnating the guards.
Yeah.
And
but
I mean, but in Baltimore, that's the norm.
That's the norm. But man, Professor, man, you did you see that? Did you hear about that?
I did not, because here in New Orleans we have our own issue with a cop on a cop on fucking body cam smoking meth. So you know.
Oh, wait, Marion Barry.
So you know, we have our own issues here in the boot. So you know, but I'm gonna tell you what, that it's unfortunately what we've been brought to with cops feeling that they have absolute immunity, thanks to Felon 47 telling them they do. So you know, these some bitches are wilding out.
The black cop though.
No, it don't even matter. It does not matter. Because the one thing he see when he sees cops is blue, for the most part.
But I'm telling you, the black ones are the worst ones.
Well, of course they're the worst, because they got to show out. They're like the pick-me's, the political pick-me's. They act the worst to show that they don't care, that they care the least.
Yeah, but that shit was crazy though, Pharaoh, man. I don't know if you saw that, man. You know, I mean, I saw it a couple of days ago, and I was like, man, we need to talk about this shit. Why, you know, because of course the guy was walking away. You gonna get in your car and try to run the motherfucker over.
He was pissed. He did something to him.
Now he did shit. But they say he was just walking, but why?
I can't give you a reason why he wanted to run a black man over, but other than he wanted to run a black man over, he was pissed.
And then he crashed his police car.
I can't condone.
He's on administrative leave right now, so he's going to lose his job.
He had to be high.
I think they let him go. I think they already fired him.
Oh yeah.
They need to charge him with something.
I could be wrong though.
No, they charge him with reckless endangerment.
Attempted vehicle manslaughter or something. I don't know what you call it. So.
Yeah, there's no justification for that though. I don't give a damn, man. I mean, you got a taser for a reason. Tase the motherfucker. Well, the guy he was kind of heavy set. I'm not running. Fuck that. I'm not running at all. I'm not running, so I'm going to run this motherfucker over my damn car. But bad Professor, what goes through your mind when you see stuff like that? I know we already talk about police and how they do things, and we done beat this dead horse to death. But why these cops keep doing this dumbass shit? I just don't get it.
Well, again, because they suffer no consequence other than job loss, and they can move. They can just move to another district if they, or another police officer, police force rather. Thank you. If they choose to. So I mean, there's no real consequence for these guys. It's like you all in the military. If y'all do something that goes against conduct, against your rules of conduct, you get put out and you can't get you get discharged, and you will never work in the military again. Police don't have to worry about that shit, so they can act up as much as they want. And I mean, hell, some police forces will find the dregs who've been dishonorably discharged from the military and hire them as cops. So and I'm gonna call them cops because to me, cops is a derogatory term. So I'm gonna call these people cops, not police officers.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that, Matt Professor. Because Pharaoh, I'm coming to you quick. Like, I don't have a video because remember we talked about the Sandra Bland situation where the cops came over and wanted some help, and the cop shot her because he thought she was going to throw boiling water on her, and then come to find out, you know, they had a choice between first degree and second degree, Pharaoh, and they gave him second degree murder, and his parents was like, this guy should have never had a badge, just like the math professor just said. He should have never had a badge because he got kicked out of the military, had 2 DUIs, but then they gave him a badge and a gun, and of course, Sandra Bland lost her life.
Right. As I said, the background checks on a lot of these people, like we said before, like I think we talked about last week, we don't have the right system in place to put people in a situation or put people in police uniforms so they can have psychological some type of training, you know, like especially if this guy is getting he got put out the service. I'm pretty sure he was one of the guys that we didn't screw with or mess around with because he had a bad attitude or bad temper. And that's the reason why he lost or he got chaptered out the army. So, but now we're gonna give him a second chance because he was prior military, but he was a piece of shit in the military. That should have been a prime example of who not to fuck with. But because, totally, like we say, complexion or protection, we'll give him a second chance.
And then Tim Dog, the fact that Sandra Bland, Sandra Bland dad, he got on the news. He said that they did his daughter injustice because they did charge him with second-degree murder, and not first-degree murder. And when they say that when they showed the actual body cam, they say that the people in the goddamn jury was actually crying, but they still find him guilty, but of second-degree murder. So do you think that the family members of Sandra Bland got shafted?
Of course, but the decision to go to second-degree murder didn't come until the prosecutors offered it, and that's the only reason why. In his closing arguments, you can find him guilty of first or second-degree murder. So you giving them the option, and they already thinking, oh, he's a policeman. Well, maybe, in their mind, psychologically, police are supposed to protect, and I don't know. But they were given an option at the last minute, and they took it. Why? I don't know. But was it right? No. Because that officer said he feared for his life. How the hell you feared for your life because a woman had a pot of hot water? Is that going to kill you? And then she ducked down, and you shot her when she was down. Come on, man. How you feel for your life then?
And then, Matt Professor, the point of the matter, they had I guess they had a doctor, and the doctor said that she could have been saved if they had administered first aid. CPR. But then, of course, when we did the video, we did this a couple of months ago. The guy was like, "No need, I shot her in the head." But the guy said that, hey, if she had got some first aid, she could have survived. And that's why I find that for second-degree murder, he wanted her to bleed out so she could die. So to me, even though he's going to go to prison, but he should have been in prison for a longer term, if that, in my opinion. What about
life without parole?
Well, that's kind of the problem is police officers always get the benefit of the doubt. So I mean, and you can't say just white officers because black officers have gotten the benefit of the doubt when it comes to issues like this. And it goes to what I've been saying for the longest time, even especially on here, is if you would weed out a lot of the miscreants in the police force if you made them pay some sort of insurance that would go to victims' families when they did something wrong, like doctors have to do. Doctors are there to save lives, but they have to pay malpractice insurance in case something goes wrong. If police officers had to do the same shit, where the state and the city is not taking care of the victims of these families, but these police officers are taking care of these victims' families out of their own damn pockets, I promise you, a lot of the miscreants in the police force would be gone.
And they won't do things like this.
And I'm sorry, if you draw your weapon and fire for any reason other than to truly save another person's life, not your own, because as a police officer, they always say your life is on the line anyway. If you draw your gun to shoot someone to save your own life, you're immediately suspended without pay, because that's the shit that kills me about police forces is they will still pay these idiots when they do something wrong, put them on administrative leave, and have them get paid for no matter how long an investigation is that they're sitting at a desk. I don't even want their ass at a desk. I want them sitting at home, not getting a paycheck. And having to turn in their weapon, and their badges.
And I totally agree. That's like we get
Pharaoh, I'm coming back to you again, man. Then I'm gonna get Tim Dog, then we close it out. My thing is, we always say this about old number 47. Number 47 has empowered people like this to do things like that. I don't know if he was president during the time of when Sandra Bland got killed, but it might happen under Joe Biden.
I think it happened under Biden.
Yeah, but now, he's, by putting the National Guard inside of, inside of cities, we seeing more things like this. Just like we just saw the video in Baltimore. So you think that has something to do with it for cops to be doing dumb shit like this because they know, like Matt Professor say, they have immunity?
Hell no, man. They've been doing this since Fred Sanford said it, doing Sanford and Son. Ain't nothing new. It's just that we got cell phones and we're able to see it when it happens, as opposed to waiting for it to, even if it does come out in the news, that we can see it firsthand, like right now. So no, I would say he didn't make them. He didn't make it to where he made it to where they're more comfortable now. We always talk about that. A lot of people feel like they can say and do whatever they want now. I mean, you can even feel the atmosphere change here, recently. Just like I was telling you about my boy that used to be, I don't know if I want to call him anything now, but his replies on Facebook now, when you grew up around the corner from me.
Yeah.
But now you feel like you're on the other side of the spectrum, but you grew up around the corner from me. Like I don't understand how you feel like you're in a position to support this nonsense that's coming out.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you feel toward me now. Like if we're friends, if we're talking to each other and we're like, oh buddies, what are you talking about to your white friends when I leave?
Yeah.
Remember I told you I was talking to this Hispanic dude when I was in Germany. We're smoking cigars in the garage. Then I had some of my darker friends come over, and I'm just gonna say it like that. When they left, he was like, I really didn't care about hanging out with those guys. The next time we smoked, he said, are you gonna invite those guys over? And I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, you're not dark as they are, but I said, but you're Hispanic. You think you're white?
Dang.
So you didn't want to smoke with my friends, but I'm okay because I'm not dark skinned.
Damn.
But you're Hispanic. See, that's the stuff that's going on today. People are starting to misalign themselves with the proper people.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you on that. And Tim Dawg, to close the thing out, his partner got on the stand, and his partner basically said that, he knew he was a bad apple. Why is it that when people know that these type of cops or people are out there, anybody that does something bad, why don't they speak up? I understand you don't want to be the person that, like they say, snitch, but get that bad apple, because what they say, one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Well, it goes to the old adage of, the blue code. But there are people who can go to internal affairs and say something. Maybe felt like going to internal affairs was, snitching, squealing, or something that cops don't do. But when you have someone who's reckless and dangerous, that's when you do it. And to me, there's a national database for sex offenders, national database for bad doctors, national database for this and that, but there is not a national database for bad cops, and that's the problem.
Yeah, and Matt Professor, we're not gonna beat up the cops, but now I think when old boy Hexel, when he gave that speech to the military, he basically said that there's no more immunity, or basically no more confidential. So if you go say something about somebody doing something wrong, you're gonna be outed. Sometimes you had that immunity. Well, that people didn't know if you going and made a complaint, but now you got people in high places basically saying, no, we getting rid of that. No, if you go say something, people are going to know who you are. How did we get here?
Well, we got here because, let's see, how can I put this? People with six teeth defending people with 8 yachts.
Oh, you about to say
that's how we got there. That is how we get there. Because you have a bunch of people who've been convinced by one billionaire that the billionaires are their friends.
Yeah.
And for years been telling them the billionaires are their friends. These people that are darker than you and younger than you are your enemies.
Yeah.
That's how we get here. That's how we get the secretary, the DUI secretary, Pete Hogseth, telling military members that, hey, if you're sexually assaulted, keep that shit to yourself because it goes against code now.
Yeah.
That's how we get there. You get unqualified DEI people hired into positions that they're neither qualified for nor knowing how to do the damn job. So because they're friends with the felonious pedophile, allegedly. So I mean that's how we get here. So you have people who are unqualified at their jobs being comfortable enough to show who they finally are. I mean, who everybody knew they were, but to finally show who they are to the world, and the world go, or the people that voted for them go, I'm okay with it. That's how we get there.
Yeah, yeah. And Farrell, I'm bringing you back in this because you talked about your friend that y'all grew up together. And how do you put that? I'm trying to make sure I word it right. How do you find a understanding, or better yet, do you understand the way that he was, or do you looking at him saying, "Did you believe this about me all along? Did you look at me this certain way all along? But you just said this because I was around." And you said it earlier. What are you saying once I leave? Because Trump has made the atmosphere for people to be boisterous about their true feelings. So do you say to yourself, I wonder, was he saying this about me all along, or now he's just saying it because the guy that he follows or whatever is in office?
No, I would not say that. I used to think that because the things that we did. I would say I never even thought of that. That's why I hung out with him.
Okay.
What I will say now is because of what he does and and the people that's around him have influenced him to become the person that he is today.
Okay.
So for me to try to accept what goes on over these past 10 years, I mean, the man came to my mom's funeral. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
And it's like, I don't know where you're going with half of the stuff that you're talking about, because now I can't trust you to be who you were that I knew back in the day.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're genuine or not, but I do know by what you post in your comments and your lack of thought in the replies that you have. I realize that you are influenced by some people, and the people that you're around. The saying goes, you can't change people around you, but you can change the people around you.
Yeah.
Right. That's what he needs to start doing, because it doesn't make sense. I can't go back to my hometown and even think about dialing your number now because of the replies that I get from you now. And that's what we're losing friendship over somebody who don't even know us.
Exactly.
The people don't give a shit about us down here. And what makes you just like we told before, anybody said your favorite sports team, whenever, just like, man, Professor, get rid of the owner. I'm gonna support the Saints, but you got to go. Cowboy fan, Jerry Jones, you got to go. When I was Washington fan, Dan Snyder, it's time for you to get out of here because you're messing up my team.
Yeah.
People don't look at politics the same way. They're too busy trying to stick to a side instead of pulling in these people, like we talked about before.
Todd Monk.
I'll vote for it. Doesn't matter the party, but if your interest is for us and as a populace, hey man, you got my support.
Yeah. And Tim Dog, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna get Matt Professor. I want you to hear what Matt Professor said. I want you to comment. The young lady that's is in Virginia running for I don't know if she's running for governor or whatever. She's running
the Jamaican lady. Yeah.
She's Republican, and a lot of Republicans are basically saying, black Republicans saying, where's the NC? What I'm about to say NCAA.
NAACP.
NAACP. Where they at, you're supposed to be supporting one of your own. But just like them talking about Trump, why they support Trump and then promote Kamala, it's the same reason. We don't agree with her policies. So, right. Matt Professor, why is it that they feel as though that now is the time that you're supposed to support black, but when her shit don't align with what we feel and we support somebody else, it's an issue?
Well, it's because they're trying to do this us versus them, and they're trying to act like they're not the them. So and that's what it really goes to is they're saying where's the NAACP defend this lady? When have you ever seen the NAACP defend somebody who says stupid shit like this woman says? So I mean it's just again Republicans knowing that they can't win if they don't separate the populace from each other. They know this. They know the second that people actually vote together, they're out of power. It's why they keep doing this stupid ass gerrymandering in the middle of a term. They know they're unpopular, and they're trying to go, hey, black people, see how the NAACP is treating you. They're not treating you like individuals. They're treating you like a single voting block, like Republicans do. So, it's like it's just a way of them saying, hey, we know she's unpopular, but she's black. And that black is more important than her policy, which they don't understand. Black people never vote against their own policy. Let me not say never, but as a majority, black people don't vote against their own best interests. Poor white people do.
Yeah.
That's
and
and another thing that a lot of a lot of people don't understand is this moving of the district lines is only supposed to be done every 10 years during a census. So people misunderstand what's really happening because it hasn't been 10 years. So why are they messing with the district lines? That should be a wake-up call to people who don't understand. And when you try to explain it to them, they be like, no, they could, they give you the argument. No, they can do that at any time they want. No, it's every 10 years during the census. It's in the books.
And the only reason why they're doing it now is because the DOJ is.
No, we know. I understand I understand that. I'm talking about the people that want to argue that point.
Oh, but see, those are the same people that vote for him. Ignorant, who uneducated. Felon 47 calling what? Basement dwellers. Come on, now.
Yeah. And it's just a shame. I think that the majority of the people now, majority of the brothers and sisters that I know, they're gonna vote what's best for them. And like I say this before, and I think what's the Nikki Haley, when she came out and she said some things, I was like, shit, I could vote for Nikki Haley. She's saying some things till she say that fucked up shit about there's no racism in America. And right then, oh no, I can't vote for you because if you say some dumb shit like that, I can't do it.
What's stupid about her saying that, and it's the same thing I said about Payush Jindal. You've changed your name and your seemingly your nationality to get over. The fact that you can't use your given name, Nimrata, means that you know that there's racism because you're calling yourself Nikki to more Americanize yourself to the population that you want to vote for you. And Bobby Jindal, or Payush Jindal rather, did the same damn thing. Most people don't know his name is Payush. They think his name is Bobby. It's what a lot of immigrants from East Asian countries and some of those Southern Asian countries did in the 70s and 80s when they came to this country. They give themselves Americanized names so that they would fit in if people didn't see them.
It's called sleight of hand.
The sleight of hand. You're exactly right. Fellas, you got one more time. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
Yeah, well, I want to also say too, a lot of these jokers, there's this one politician that said that when you like swearing in under oath, public office or something like that, that they don't realize that in the Constitution there's no legal process of having to swear in anything because it prohibits religion. And then when people come in to, well, I swore in the Bible, I'm a Christian, I swore in the Bible. Well, that was your choice to do that,
right?
But there's no legal, because I think it was because of the Muslim person that was going to get sworn in, and they wanted to use the Quran, and they thought that was not constitutional. But in the Constitution, it sorely says you're not supposed to swear in with anything because it's freedom of religion. But so a lot of these Christians out here believe that you got to be Christian to hold office or some post when you do not, and it's in the damn Constitution.
Yeah,
that's why they
swearing in is more or less protecting from perjury. Think about swearing in is more to protect you. I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
It's just ruining a tradition. It's just a tradition that they did.
But at the same time, it's for legality.
Yeah, they're giving a boy from New York City running for mayor all the hell because he's a Muslim. And I think
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that he's a Muslim. It's that he's a socialist. His being Muslim has nothing to do with it. He's a socialist. He hasn't accepted money from a billionaire, and in fact, he says in New York, billionaires will be taxed the way they should be. That's the problem. That's why you have a bunch of these billionaires speaking out against him.
I think why I say that, Matt Professor, is because I think what's my man that's running against him? That was the governor at one time.
Cuomo.
He was on a radio show. I think it was a radio show, and one of the guys said, and he laughed. And I think the guy said, if this guy get elected mayor, it's going to be another 9/11.
Right.
Instead of him doing what John McCain did and say no, he laughed. And that's why I say what I say about him being a Muslim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are in New York, of course, they are trying to do this Muslim scare, but New York has already hired a Muslim.
Yeah.
There's already a Muslim in the house in the house. So I mean, all of this BS about be afraid of Muslims. Like I said, that's just the secondary thing. When it comes to Mamdani, it's more about his socialism, and that's why the Democratic establishment doesn't want to talk about him at all. You notice the only people that talk about him is AOC, Jasmine Crockett, and Bernie. The establishment, they're against him, like that asshole Hakeem Jeffries, who I can't fucking stand with his.
Yeah.
He trying to be
you don't like that dude,
old girl,
bro. I mean, this mother.
But
anyway,
but in his defense, though, Matt Professor, in his defense,
there's no defense.
Is trying to galvanize the Democratic
I'm sorry.
Party.
Right now, there is no defense for what he's doing, because like I said, the Democratic Party, the problem with the Democratic Party right now is they're trying to hold on to these old ideas and these old people where MAGA don't give a damn about playing by the rules anymore. So they're even pushing because MAGA is pushing out pushing out true conservatives.
Yeah, but at the same time,
the Democratic Party is still trying to play by these old ass rules that's losing them the game. I mean, that's why they have people like Jasmine Crockett, who even the Democratic establishment is trying to disown, because she's not sitting there saying, oh, well, let's hold hands, kumbaya, we'll all get along peacefully. Nah, fuck that. These people don't want to get along peacefully. So you have when they kick you in the teeth, you take a back to theirs. Fuck that.
Yeah, go ahead.
But at the same time, this shutdown affects Republican states more so than Democratic states, especially with the SNAP. And we all know that there are more Republican states. As a matter of fact, the top 5 Republican states depend on SNAP. So all those Republicans, as you call them, who voted for Felon 47, now they having, voters remorse, and they upset. It's affecting them, and he lied. Everything he said he was going to do, he didn't do. Everything he's supposed to do for the country, he's doing for himself.
I would say he's doing exactly what he said he would do. But
the thing is, you still have people who are those diehards who will not give in. Why? Because of pride. And that's all that is.
I don't think it's pride. I think
it's pride. Pride for the Republican
I won't
Party.
say pride doesn't have anything to do with it, but I would say the biggest part of why they won't back down now is because he still has them convinced he's doing it for them.
But he's not, and you can see that with everything.
What, dude? It's like I forget who said it. You can't make people see the truth.
There you go.
Even if the truth is kicking them in the dick, you can't make them see the truth.
And you are so right, because there was a study, as a matter of fact, the Republican people who said that, they don't disagree with him tearing down the White House. They don't disagree with what's he doing with the shutdown, but they still gonna support him because of who he is. I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah. And Pharaoh, you're talking about stupid though. I was watching something, and they was talking to some people, and they asked him, which one don't you like? Would you rather have the ACA or Obamacare?
Yeah.
So Pharaoh,
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
When they ask people, which one you rather have? You rather have the ACA or Obamacare? Did you see that? And what were your thoughts
Yeah.
when you heard that?
No, it shows. It shows the ignorance that these people exude in everyday life. They do not want Obama's name attached to anything, not realizing it's the nickname of what the shit that you're buying.
Yeah.
And that's how they
And
and that's how they
47 was the
divided
one
them
that did it.
when they wanted to do. That's why they did the 14-day shutdown, was because people was confused on ACA as opposed to Obamacare. They didn't want they're like, well, we don't want that Obamacare, but ACA sounds good.
Well, it's just like right now with
Why is it
SNAP. They didn't
subsidized?
realize SNAP was food stamps.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Same
but I'm
thing.
saying, but how do you
They'll
get that
find out
ignorant?
tomorrow when they can't spend it.
That's like when somebody says, "Oh man, I can't believe you bought an Acura because it got a Honda engine in it." Bitch, it's the same car.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Like, please make it make sense.
Chevy GMC, same thing.
No, but I mean, it's like I just whenever you hear that, it makes a lot of sense because I hear people at the job. I hear when they say stuff. I ain't gonna say too much on here, but when I look at them, I'm like, I'll actually pull them to the side and say, "You do realize that," and I'll explain whatever it is to them, and they be like, "Oh, I always thought." I said, "That's what the problem is. You guys think you do not understand or you do not read to find out what the facts are before you get into an argument or just whatever the discussion is to try to have a rebuttal when you didn't even know the facts to start the damn argument with."
My mom used to say, "Don't thought, think."
I'm telling you. It just shows everyday life and how stupid people are out here, and the reason why they vote for Trump. Now, and then they ask the question, "Why is it subsidized?" I said, "Do you realize all insurance is subsidized? Do you even understand what subsidized means?"
Right.
And then they'd be like, I said, "Let me give you," and then I'll explain it to them. Then I'll tell them about Israel and why they send money to Israel. They'd be like, "That's not right." Well, now you understand why everybody's not wanting to support Israel. It's because of what they've done, and what the United States has done to create this mass problem that we have.
Especially Felon 47 when he moved the embassy.
Yeah, they got pre-healthcare. No, they got pre-healthcare.
Remember Felon 47, the first time he moved the embassy.
Yeah, he moved the embassy there. But then, Matt, I'm gonna let you close it out. Why is that, man? You know, when they right here, Obama, whatever Obama name, no. But if you say the ACA was just the same damn thing, yeah, give me that. Why is that? I'm gonna let you close it out.
Because it's obvious. Number one, how dare this nigga get himself elected? Number two, how dare this nigga give us socialized medicine, even though it's technically not socialized, it's still capitalized medicine.
Absolutely.
And three, how dare this nigga get anything accomplished that these white men been promising for years?
Yeah.
So
and nobody has.
And the sad thing is, he was smarter than all of them because he put it together so well that every time they've gone to the Supreme Court to try to get rid of it, nothing happens. They're told you can't do it.
47 is so envious.
Exactly.
He knows he's not smarter than him. He knows
his little mushroom gets so hard when he think about Obama that it's not even funny. I mean, this guy, there's nothing he can do legally against Obamacare and Obama. There's nothing he can do legally. So he tries to do all this other silliness. And the point of the thing of him defunding it now to try to get rid of it is only making the situation worse because his 95% of his voters need it. I mean, he don't, but and that's the thing. They're telling him this. He don't care because he never cared about y'all. And especially now that he knows he can't run again. And I don't give a damn what he nor any of his supporters know. They know constitutionally he can't run anymore. And if he tries to start a war to stop the election, also against the Constitution now because they changed that part too. That's why since Hoover, nobody can have 4 terms or no more than 2 terms, even in the case of a world war. There will be a vote. There will be.
People don't know that. They don't know that.
Yeah, but Farrell, you about to say something to Joe. What you about to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, Joe, the way to get back at Donnie is when they finish the ballroom on the East Wing, is to call it the Obama. dining ballroom, and I guarantee you he'll lose his gourd. He'll
Yeah,
probably
well,
he'll probably
gone by then.
He'll probably have an aneurysm.
It's gonna make him be gone by then.
Yeah, and before we close this out, man, I got one more thing I want to talk about. A little light thing for us to talk about. Before we go to Ashed Out. When they talk about Obama built a basketball court for $375 million.
Which
that
is
shit hurt me so
Who said that?
bad.
Maggots.
That's what they're saying. The people on the right, they're saying that they didn't say anything when Obama spent $375 million to build a basketball court. No. What it was is that under George Bush, they wanted to, I guess, do something to the White House, and it cost $375 million to upkeep the White House.
To put in a bowling alley.
Yeah. What Obama did what he did was he took a tennis court and he paid $7,000 of his own pocket to put some lines and to put a basketball court. But he didn't tear anything down. But the money that they allocated from Congress was to upkeep the White House. Yes. But they're using that and saying $375 million to build a basketball court. And it goes back to what y'all said earlier. You have to be smarter than that. I think I told who I was talking to, and I was talking to Brother Wiley today, and I told him, I was listening to what's my man name? I can't remember the name. He said something that I thought was very interesting. He said that people don't read anymore. All they do is read the headline, and that's what they go with. Yes. If the headline say Obama spent $375 million, instead of you going and researching it for yourself, you just go by the headlines and be like, yeah, he spent $375 million to build a goddamn basketball court. And then somebody else put up a picture for $375 million. You go out and build a whole goddamn basketball arena for $375 million. Right. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's just like the old boy I was talking about when he said, well, what about Biden sending that money to Ukraine? And then I went in and I showed him when Trump was in both his terms, when this one in the front before the previous one, the money that he sent there. Yeah. And then he comes back with, oh, I already knew that. Well, what the fuck are we talking about then?
No, exactly. He was embarrassed. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's embarrassed.
But you can't reply with, I already knew about that. If you're going to bring up the fight, you should have brought up the other three presidents then.
Yeah,
that sent money over there. Right. What about the other three?
Yeah, exactly. And fellas,
this is the argument. This is what I'm saying. The arguments in the shallowness as these people use to try to have an argument to try to discredit everything that they believe in.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we believe in or whatever.
Sleight of hand. Perception is everything.
Yeah, but we're gonna enter on a soft note here, fellas, before we go to Ashed Out. Matt Fester, your city stood up and it went down last Saturday.
Listen, I'm not even from New Orleans. Your boy is from the East Coast. But the 504 should be absolutely proud of their OGs. Now, I know the versus battle got cut short, which is kind of frustrating. But at the end of the day, No Limit and Cash Money both did what they were supposed to do. First and foremost, we got to start with the co-MVPs of the night. Starting with Mama Mia X. Her stage presence, delivery, and energy were all on point tonight. And then there's Juvie, who carried Cash Money on his back the same way Wayne did since So4. You feel me? So salute to them. Next, we gotta acknowledge the bosses themselves, starting with Master P. Now, we know P got an entire bloodline full of athletes, and tonight, it's obvious who they got it from. That man spent the entire night just marching in place. I'm talking about an hour straight, just high knees the entire time. That's not Master P no more. We calling him Master P90X. He basically showed us that he still got enough stamina to give the NBA another run. Then we got Stunner. Don't nobody talk they like Beatrice. And I put that on Miss Gladys, Playboy. Now, when it comes to who I think won the versus battle, if we talking song for song, I say Cash Money. But listen, I'm biased. I can admit that. Because growing up, I wanted to be a hot boy. And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call it? If we're talking overall, I'm going to have to give the slight edge to No Limit. Because I feel...
And like I said, Matt Professor, it went down. And I know a lot of people saying they wanted to have it. They should have had it in New Orleans. But I think I heard somebody say that those projects, when they still had those projects, couldn't get along. And it probably been not the show that we wanted to see. So I don't know if you watched it. What are your thoughts on the Cash Money versus No Limit situation? I know you don't fuck with the music, but I know you said
I didn't watch that shit. I didn't watch that shit. I didn't give a fuck. I don't care. I really don't. I mean, why do I didn't even listen to their music when the shit was hot. So why would I listen to that shit now?
The
why
block
would I
is
do
hot.
that
The
to
block.
myself?
Come on, man.
Why would I do that?
It was talking
I'm
about
not
you.
gonna sit here.
Man,
I'm not gonna
he
sit
said
here in
you
front
know.
like I'm not gonna sit here in front like they didn't have bangers, because they did. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, one of my ringtones on my phone is "Back That Ass Up,"
Yeah.
but I still didn't really mess with their music like that because my head was in a different space when they were at their best.
I got
And
you.
I mean, I listen to rap, I still do. I just didn't listen to that brand, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay, I
And
got you.
I heard what everybody said. I didn't care.
I got you. I got you. I guess what it, for me, Pharaoh, basically, Birdman and P didn't get along, but to see them get up on the stage and the music, like I said, took us back to when, my younger days when it was hot. I thought it was a good look. Your thoughts?
I wish I would have seen it. I forgot what we were doing. Was it last Friday?
Last
It was
Saturday, I
Saturday.
think it was.
Last Saturday. I forgot what I was doing. I think I was watching football racing or something. I forgot all about it, man. But
You watching the Rotella racing? What the thing that we did on Weird Sports? You was watching that?
The tiller racing.
Man, Professor, did you see that shit?
I hadn't watched the show
what
yet.
I was watching was just a little bit faster, just a little faster than what they was doing.
I hadn't watched the show yet.
It was Tiller Turbo.
This guy, but no, I'm gonna say that music during that time. I had met a few guys from, they claimed it was from New Orleans, and they had their little rap thing in the barracks and stuff like that. But it was good club music. It was, something to hang out. My guy was Mystical. I'm always gonna be a Mystical fan, because he was in the Army. So I'm always going to support for him, even though
Actually he's one of my wife's cousins.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, they're part of that Tyler. That Tyler clan is one of their families.
Okay. But hey,
Okay.
but yeah, that's that guy there. That he was always one of the guys that I liked, and it wasn't too many of them that I really cared to listen to. Be honest with you, I mean, Lil Wayne was just coming out at the point. Juvenile, of course, but not all their music was something that I really cared for. I think BG was another good guy. Good one back then. But that's it. I mean.
Yeah, I understand. I think what it is because so many, like I said, I don't know the Project Mad Professor. I think they say P was from the Calio. If I'm not wrong.
My sister actually went to school with P.
And I think I forgot where they say Birdman was from. And those projects
he was from the Lafitte, if I remember right.
Yeah, so they didn't get along. They was like that. Yeah. So Tim Dog, just to see them get on stage, and one thing I would big up Master P for. Master P did went across the stage, even though they didn't fuck with one another, and shook their hands and saluted the Birdman. I thought he was the more mature of the two. Did you get a chance to see the Tim Dog, or you let Matt Professor? You don't give a fuck either.
I saw it. I saw portions of it, and when old boy said Master P looked like he could still play in the NBA, hell no.
You were just saying the way that he was just running up and down. That
he wasn't doing no running up and down. That motherfucker was lifting his knees when he could.
I'm gonna be real with you, Tim.
What did you say?
Master P was always the more mature of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Birdman he was always jealous because Master P took care of, everyone.
And that's the one thing you can always say.
He used everyone.
Yeah,
and
that's the one
people
thing.
used to put that in
Snoop
and say that.
Snoop said that.
Yeah. I mean, but Birdman
Snoop said that when he was having issues with old boys out on the West Coast.
And when Snoop, especially when Snoop went to Master P, Birdman really lost because then he was the Hot Boys got lost. He lost Juvie and
and Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
What about Manny? Didn't he lose Manny Fresh?
They tried to get money off of it. I mean, come on. I mean, his own label didn't try. Anyway, Birdman is like what Rick Ross told him. He's what Rick Ross say. Man, you got fake jewels on, leasing your cars. Come on. So
yo, Tim, is you finished or is you done?
Yeah, you finished.
What you say?
it's something that you say, Matt.
I've even smoking all night.
That's something that you say that make a lot of sense, because in the video, I didn't watch it, but I go back and watch the snippets of it. When Birdman say that he started that, the face tattoo thing. Well, we know Mike Tyson started that shit. I hate to say that. Mike Tyson was the first motherfucker. This motherfucker got a face tattoo. What the fuck? He crazy as shit. But the jewelry, we've been seeing rappers wearing the big jewelry. And Master P say, yeah, Birdman, you started that. Then Birdman say that, I started that shit. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, I'm bigging you up, but then you trying to say some shit. For me, that's when Cash Money lost it. Yeah, Cash Money may have more hits than if you look at it. Wait.
But as a label,
but like y'all just say, you said it earlier, Master P was big enough to big you up. Let me say this: I'm not trying to shit on you. I'm trying to big you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, that was a more mature, and that's why they won, because like Tim Dog just said, they had every damn body from No Limit.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have that powerhouse Wayne. They didn't have Turk. They didn't have certain players, and that goes to show you that, hey, some of the shit that you did to us, we can't forgive. Go ahead, Matt.
And there was something else about P that a lot of people don't realize is when they came up with him and it was all about business and the music, P also showed them how to invest. He didn't just have them making music. He had them doing business deals and investing in shit. So that's why none of them broke.
That's why Mystical and Snoop, they both said that about him.
Where you have people from Cash Money who ain't got no money. So, and even Birdman has been going bankrupt. Doesn't have the cash flow that he used to have. Whereas No Limit, all of them are business people. They all got money.
Yeah, isn't that an oxymoron? Cash money with no money.
Right.
Yeah. Since you didn't get a chance to see it, and this is what Pharaoh, he didn't have the chance to see Versus. This is what he was watching Saturday night.
What in the redneck hell is that shit?
It's called Teleracing.
What in the redneck hell is that? I mean,
but wait a minute. But Matt Professor, if he would have let it play longer, there was a brother in a pink outfit that was going down that damn track.
Fuck that. The women were better than the men.
Man, Professor, you see what you've been missing? See what you've been missing on the goddamn Better Than Sex podcast?
I'm gonna be on this Wednesday, and we're gonna talk about this kind of bullshit.
Hey, you got the picks in? If not,
actually, bro, let me tell you what happened. I'll tell y'all what happened off camera.
Okay, fellas, before we go to Ashed Out, I don't want nobody to say anything. Like I say, we're gonna have a good night on Ashed Out. We're gonna have a good night. So don't say nothing. But if you got your woman, you want your woman to watch this Ashed Out, because this lady is speaking the truth.
When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release untrapped emotions. The unsuppressed desires and emotional release that can happen in deep throating is immense. If a woman is suppressing her voice, her needs, her desires, that there's a spot right here in the throat chakra. This is where the throat chakra sits. When you deep throat, that gets activated. So, we have nadis and energy centers all over the body, and one of them's here.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That woman the Nobel.
Man, fuck that.
You gonna talk about this? You
married? Because I was
divorced. That woman the Nobel Prize. Oh my God.
I don't. Hey, no, cause I want to come back.
The Holy Grail.
But Matt Professor, tell her why you mad, my brother.
You brothers are all military, ex-military, and the like. I know you all saw this story earlier today or yesterday where Felon 47, his pedophileness allegedly wants to start testing nuclear bombs again.
Yeah.
At the cost of $100 million per detonation. At least $100 million per detonation. And this I'm trying not to call him a retard, but this man only wants to do it because he needs to flex that little mushroom cap of his, and he needs to see a mushroom cloud to do it. I mean,
no, he's
the thing about this man is he is such a little dick bastard. And I'm sorry for the people that's not gonna like me saying that, but his dick is so little that he has to prove everything else about him is big. And if you saw him standing in these Asian countries on his Asian tour with his hunched shoulders, his hump ass back, you know he's not as fit as they keep saying he is. I mean, he can barely fucking do his jerk off dance anymore. He's so goddamn out of shape, and so he's almost dead. I'm gonna say he's almost a walking corpse. They've been weakening and burning this bastard for the last 2.5 years to get him over the finish line and get him elected again. I mean, this man is just the most pathetic shell of what you used to call a human being I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I don't know about y'all. I mean, it's pathetic. I've seen arthritic dogs walk up and down stairs faster than this son of a bitch can. And he's made. I mean, I don't know what he's made to do anymore. I really don't. And I don't see why people see this man as being strong at all. It's pathetic. You people just can't let go.
I got you, man, Professor. Thank you for that, Mad Professor. Tell him why you mad.
He had a stroke.
I can't fix my shit.
That motherfucker. Thank you for that, Mad Professor. Tell him why you mad. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go, we have to give you something to think about, something funny, or better yet, where the fuck Tim Dog get that from? What you got for us tonight, Tim Dog?
And keeping with the Halloween theme and talking about haunted houses. When I was stationed at Fort Dix, I lived in a house.
He said Dix.
Anyway, no, all jokes aside, I lived in a house that was haunted by 2 ghosts. I couldn't see them myself, but my son and my wife at the time, they could see them. One was a Quaker oatmeal man. They called him that because he looked like one of those Quakers with the hat and everything, and all he did was walk up and down the hall. And then there was also the ghost of a little boy about 2 years old. And one day I was talking to my son in the hallway, and he stopped talking to me. I said, "What's wrong?" He says, "There's a little boy in the kitchen." I turn around and I look, and I'm like, "What?" I said, "What's he doing?" He says, "He's just sitting there." Sitting there doing what? Nothing. He's just sitting there. I said, "You're scared?" He goes, "Yeah." And I explained to him, I said, "Well, look, the little boy is dead, and he doesn't know that he's dead. He's not going to harm you, because if he wanted to, he would have done it by now. So when you see him, just close your eyes, pray for him, and just keep going. But don't be afraid, because he's not going to hurt you." Another day, my wife, my ex-wife, and my son and I, we were in the living room watching TV, and the both of them looked in the corner. And I was like, "What y'all looking at?" My son said, "It's the oatmeal man." I said, "The oatmeal man?" He said, "Yeah, the oatmeal man." And my wife at the time, she said, "It's the Quaker man that we keep seeing with the hat." I did some research on that area. And that was a plane crash probably like 30 or 40 years prior, right in the area where the houses was. And everyone on board had died. So I'm thinking, because my house wasn't the only one, the neighbor across the street house was haunted as well. So we did this research, and we found out that there was a plane crash and some people had died. and there was in the area where those housings were. But the Quaker oatmeal man, we couldn't figure that out at all because he's dated way before the plane crash. So I just wonder,
maybe a war in that area.
Yeah, well, there was a war during the Revolutionary War after Fort Dix.
Yeah, I know it's a war. I know it's a war for me staying awake. Tim long ass damn story. I'm like, what the fuck? The oatmeal man, the goddamn kid. I'm like, what? Get to the goddamn point.
Oatmeal man.
The point of the story is what?
Man, the kid had 6 cents.
Yeah, well, he still sees. As a matter of fact, he used to see skeletons and things on the side of the road. Him and my wife.
Okay, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why we call him.
Used to see something in this house when he was younger.
Yeah,
I've seen something in a lot of houses.
Not yours.
That's why we call it Tim Dog segment. Where the fuck he get that from? Because man, I was like, where the fuck Tim Dog get this shit?
Hey.
Hey, glad to see you there. Well, you know, I don't call you super villain, but my main man,
late as hell.
Hey, I want you to hold on because we're gonna be talking about this on after show Ashed Out. I don't know if you saw the video, but I'm gonna give you a chance to see it.
When a woman actually can do deep throating with her partner's lingam, that actually can heal trauma.
Wow.
It can release untrapped emotions. The unsuppressed desires and emotional release that can happen in deep throating is immense. If a woman is suppressing her voice, her needs, her desires, that there's a spot right here in the throat chakra. This is where the throat chakra sits. When you deep throat, that gets activated. So, you know, we have nadis and energy centers all over the body, and one of them's here.
Hold that thought. Don't say that.
Now you see why I like spirituality.
We can talk about that in Ashed Out.
Open that chakra.
Tim Dog, what you got for the people, my brother?
Hey, in the spirit of the holiday that's coming up, I just want to thank all the veterans out there, and to include myself, for the sacrifice and the unrelentless pride that you have in doing something, especially when you have someone who doesn't appreciate what you're doing and never will. Just keep hope, keep faith, and on Tuesday, enjoy your day.
There you go. That's on top, my brother. My main man, Professor, what you got for the people before we go, my brother? No, I'm gonna let Pharaoh go because you got to go behind Tim Dog. Pharaoh, what you got for the people before we go, my brother?
I got a little relationship advice again, you know, all you fellas out there. So just remember this: dating a freak is big fun until you're hungry. Then all you ever hear is, "Come eat this pussy." Like, babe, I want real tacos, damn it. But lay down real quick.
I like that.
I don't like Mexican.
What you got for the people before we go, my brother?
You don't have to put me on the big screen because this is just gonna be quick.
Yeah, put them on big screen.
Nah, you don't have to. If you're ever lost in the woods, look up to the North Star. Its twinkling will comfort you as you die.
I don't know if I want to look at the North Star while I die, but I'm gonna give you.
This is really Halloween, isn't it?
Like, God dang.
Hey, man, thank you for joining us, man.
Spirituality.
Man, what's your costume you got on? Oh, you just got on some shit. Oh, you just got on an outfit.
Man, no, he just plain old black man.
He just plain old George. That's what he is.
It's cold out here.
What you got, my brother? What you got?
Oh man, I ain't got too much of that, man. I hope y'all enjoyed your Halloween. Got some of that free candy that people giving out. You know, it's Friday.
There it is, man. Enjoy it. And that's me. I have anything for the people, but I didn't have my brother shout this social media out. Tim Dog, shout your social media out quick, like so the people can follow you, my brother.
Follow me on Instagram. Follows Love 99. It's all about me, my son, and my grandson. Love those who close to you because you never know when the last time you'll see them.
Exactly. My main man, Pharaoh King, man. Shout out to social media so people follow you, my brother.
Right there. Pharaoh _71, King Ryan, Facebook. We supposed to have some new people chiming in tonight. I hope they were out there. I didn't see them come
man
up
on the street can see him.
But we got a few more people that want to follow us. They've been looking at us lately.
Right. Hopefully they'll chime in on Ashed Out. Man, Matt Professor came back with a goddamn vengeance. Still mad at him.
Damn,
He got his outfit on. You should have wore your uniform. Motherfucker still, Mad Professor, the man still got a job. I still can't believe it. But I done lost my money. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I thought you was gonna quit by Halloween. Halloween is the night, so
it ain't gone.
He gained the weight his brother lost.
Just social media so the people can follow you, my brother.
I don't do social media since I got a job. I'm sorry.
Hey man, and hey, Juan said it. Juan said he went over there and you ain't had no candy, man.
No, he said his candy was damp.
Get Juan a grown ass man. I mean, shit. You better go down the street get some damn candy.
He looking for some candy corn and black licorice.
I got the candy corn for your ass. You said you got this mad you ain't gonna shout out to social media. Yeah, they gonna read the oldies.
I know, but I shit, man. I keep telling myself I'm gonna do something, and then I sit there and much like last night, don't do a fucking thing.
Hey, be like telling 47. Just lie.
It's all good, my brother. Man, conspiracy brother, aka supervillain. What you got for the people before you go, my brother? No. Shout out.
Yeah, we just doing. I already did that shit. We just doing
social media, my brother.
Expression. Just typing in search engine somewhere, and something should pop up. It might be me. It might not. Nigga. I don't know.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, you can find me, the man on the street, aka fuck you, Juan. Calling me a fucking shadow. Motherfucker, fuck you. But you can call you a cheesecake. The man on the street show. Also probably at Creative Canvas Expression on YouTube. That's my AI channel. Yeah, I'm working with some new AI shit. About to put up shit, so make sure you check it out. But you also catch us every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for the Better Than Sex Sports podcast. It goes down. All we do is talk about sports, and we have a good time doing it as well. And Pharaoh, I see that the Dodgers are leading 3-1 right now.
Yeah.
It's going to change right now. I think it's 3-1. But check us out on Wednesday night. All we do is talk about sports. We do that pretty good. Matt Professor, before I go, what you think about LSU firing Brian Kelly?
Good.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. And then, of course,
I thought you were going to say
next Friday night at 8 o'clock. For what you're watching right now, it's called Two Cigars in a Blunt. We talk politics, news, and entertainment. And like you can see, we have a good time. But you want to stick around for our after show called Ashed Out. That's when everybody on the panel get a chance to talk about what they want to talk about. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the highlight of my Fridays. We usually go straight, but we will make a right turn. But like my man Tim Dog said, when we make that left, we're going to drive this bitch right off the goddamn cliff. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am the man on the street.
This is Pharaoh King. Stay tuned.
Count Pimpula. Watch your hoes.
Mad Professor and back behind this motherfucker again.
You should have stayed your ass at work. Super man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna come back with an after show. Like I said, we're gonna have a good time because we always do is laugh. If you had a bad day, if you didn't go trick or treat and you didn't get no goddamn candy, come with us because we're gonna give you something sweet to put in your mouth.
Candy
and with that, ladies and gentlemen,
ladies only, man.
We're out.
I got some candy.